What's up? It is Lucid Alvar here today with another video for you guys, and honestly, this is going to be a little bit different than our normal videos. I've been actually wanting to do this for a while. I've been just like wanting to upload this to like my channel, and I don't know how you guys will receive it because I know you guys are used to the kanji stuff and everything, but I just want to talk about some life stories for myself that I could give to you and give like, I guess, like a little bit of comedy stories and like all around, you know, like some advice stories, some comedy stories, some depressing ass stories I can give you life advice about, shit like that, you know. And you know, I just always wanted to do this on my channel, and I just really haven't found like the right way to do it, so I'm just gonna see how it goes with the first video, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We are on our road to 100k, or to 100k. What the fuck am I talking about? To 1k. Anyways, let's go right into this video. So actually today we're going to be talking about work stories. This is kind of like funny stories that happen at work. So in case you guys don't know, I am currently employed at a supermarket. It's called El Great. I don't know if I can really use their actual name, but I mean, we'll just call it El Great because, you know, it's what came off to the top of my mind. So honestly, working there for the last 5 months has been really nice. I mean, to be honest with you, I've loved my time there. It's been real fun and everything, but I did recently just put in my 2 weeks, so rip to that time. Anyways, let's get into the first story. So, you know, I remember it was about, I think 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Can you guys believe that? It feels like ages ago, but it was just like 60 days ago. So anyways, 2 months ago, I remember it was like I was working, you know, and it was going fine and everything, and I had finally decided to talk to one of my coworkers, because let's be serious here. There's always that one coworker that you look at and you really want to talk to them, but they just look so intimidating as hell that you just don't talk to them. And honestly, I finally broke the ice, and you know, I talked to her and I was all like, hey, you know, like, I really wanted to talk to you before, but you looked really intimidating and I thought you were always mad, and I always thought that you were mad at me when I would ask you for the codes. Like, you might say like, dude, just learn the damn codes. I don't know, like, I always thought, you know, like it was a really awkward way to start a conversation. But to my surprise, she actually replied, and she actually like talked back to me, and she said, oh nah, I'm an open book, you know, I'm super nice and everything like that. I just have like this resting, like, serious face, you know, I'm not really serious at all. I'm really just an open book, so you could ask me anything. I was like, anything, you know, like just teasing her like that. And I actually it actually ended up going really well. And then, you know, about like a day later, so this is when the actual like thing happens. So a day later, we were both working together, and you know, out of nowhere, like the lights are flickering, right? And I'm just like thinking about that one SpongeBob episode. It's like, then who was?
If that was you on the phone and you on the bus, then who was flickering the lights? Nosferatu!
Flickering the lights. You know, that's what I was thinking about. And you know, the entire time I was there, I was like, dude, is it me or are the lights flickering? And then you know, like, because I'm like was really the only guy that worked at cashier for like almost my entire 5 months there. And you know, I ended up, the girl next to me on the register, like, you know, the next register next to mine, she was asking me like, oh, are the lights flickering too, or is it just me? I was like, I think the lights are flickering because I can see it too.
If that was you on the phone and you on the bus, then who was flickering the lights?
And then, you know, out of nowhere, you just hear a boom. Like, you know, you just hear a boom. And then the lights go out. And, you know, everything ends up going super bad because we still had customers, and we had to close the doors and everything, and we had to make sure we rung everybody up. There was only like 1 or 2 registers that were actually on, and they're like the conveyor belts that move the items, they weren't working on those registers. So like you had to like manually push them all the way down, and you know, we had to manually bag all of them. So all of us that didn't have like you know, a register open or anything, long story short, the power was out for like about an hour or two, so we had to do all that shit for like, you know, everything. And then, you know, this is where I walk up to my coworker, and we'll give her a make-believe name. What should her name be? You know, we'll call her Marlin. So no, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll call her, damn, what's a good white girl name? Hold up, I'll be right back. We'll call her Pam. That's what we'll call her. from the office. We'll call her Pam from the office. So Pam, you know, I was helping her out at her register and everything, and you know, we were just talking regularly, and then she finished everybody in her line, but like not really finished, because then the power at her register just went out and she couldn't charge anymore. And so, you know, we had to like redo the entire thing and everything, and you know, it just ended up being like this whole fiasco of people having to move to other registers that, like, you know, weren't really working and everything. And so we were just cleaning it, and then, you know, we actually ended up talking, and we just ended up talking about like shit and everything. And then she was like, dude, I am so freaking lit, like, oh my god. And I remember she told me something about like if something was there or not, and I was just playing with her, right? And I did the most asshole thing. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? It's not there. And then, you know, she started panicking. She's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what am I watching? And I was like, nah, I'm just playing, I got you. And then she ended up getting some empanadas, and then, you know, we ended up eating them. It was a really nice day. And, you know, later did we find out that we would actually end up being really, really good friends. I still talk to her till this day. We still talk like pretty much every day. So, you know, if you're watching this, Pam, much love to you. Let's get into some smaller stories. So one time I was closing, and, you know, as a closing shift, it kind of gets a little boring towards like the last 2 hours of the shift, because you kind of already took your 10-minute break and you took your lunch, and, you know, you're just like sitting there, or not sitting there, well, for my case, you're standing there waiting for the time to run out. And then you won't believe it, someone shows up to your register. And so this person shows up, buys $300 worth of groceries. Actually, I still remember the exact number. It's $362 with 84 cents. And if you guys are asking me why I remember this, this is the reason. This woman was shopping, and let me tell you something. It was 8 o'clock at night. I only have 2 hours left on my shift. There's no way I'm gonna get rid of all this money in like that amount of time. And I shit you not, like it, like, oh, it got me so mad. So they ended up paying $362 in ones. In ones, they pulled out $362 in ones, guys. Like, I'm not even playing with you. This was like one of the most annoying things ever. Like, I don't know what that woman does on her free time. Okay, let's just leave it there. She was a mom and like all that. She looked kind of old, but you know, whatever you do on your own time, that's fine. I don't care. You're just a customer. Anyways, you know, $300 in ones. That's a lot. $360, like $3 in ones. That's a lot of fucking money to count. And I shit you not, it was literally like, dude, I was counting them and I lost track at 150 the first time. And there was other people waiting in line to scan their shit. And dude, like, I lost my count. I had to start over, and I heard someone in the line say, God damn it, in Spanish. They're like, Dios mío, este niño. And then I was like, damn, bro, they ain't wrong. It was pressure. I felt the pressure because I was still kind of new, so I felt like I had to like go fast. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a smart thing, and I'm gonna divide it into tens. I'm gonna divide 10 piles of tens. Like, you know, like I'm gonna do this. So I ended up pretty much counting all of them. And then, you know, I ended up putting them in a register, and I'll like throw in a photo here of like, you know, the little thing, like the little things that you push up and you put the money in. Every single one was filled. It was so filled I had to pick up my register and put like probably about 100 ones under my register. And in case you guys don't know, I ended up leaving about, or when I ended up doing my cut, I ended up leaving about like 200 in ones to my supervisor to count, because I wasn't gonna count that shit. And then when I was telling my supervisor about it, because they're like, how do you have so many ones, like what happened, I told them about it. And my supervisor, we'll call him Jesus because that was actually his name, we'll call him Jesus, anyways, he ended up, you know, telling me, you know, we have a machine that counts the ones, right? You could have just asked me. He had a machine for ones. Take that into mind. A machine to count ones. And I stood there and I counted $363 for 10 minutes. It took me, not really 10 minutes. It took me 5 minutes to count all that fucking money just to tell me that he could have done it in like 10 seconds. If you're watching this, Jesus, I hate you for that. Anyways, before I end the video, I do have one more story that was actually, or two more stories. One of them was when our printers ran out of paper and we had no printer paper. So you know how when you get those little receipts, it shoots out of that little machine? Well, you have to press something on the machine to open it up and then put another spiel of paper in there. And, you know, you end up like, you know, like it shoots out again and everything. But the thing is we didn't have any more rolls of paper. So when our register ran out, apparently we can't charge people and not give them receipts. What a mind-blowing thing, right? Like, who would have thought? I thought that, like, you know, it wouldn't be against our policy. It actually ended up being against our policy. But anyways, you know, besides that, you know, like, we ended up running out of that. And there was only like maybe 2, 3, 4 registers that actually had them. And let me tell you something. It was a Saturday. Or I think it was a Sunday. It was one of those 2 days. It was something like that. But, like, the thing is that those days, we're packed. We're, like, filled to the fucking, you know, like, door to door. And, you know, the lines ended up getting super, super long. And then, like, when we ran out of, like, you know, the roll of papers and, like, the printer paper and everything, we had to, like, go and, like, bag shit. Like, it was pretty much like when the lights went out, we had to go bag shit, clean shit, do go bags, do all this stuff. And honestly, I was at a point where I didn't know what to do, so I was just kind of like standing around like an awkward guy and just I was there. But anyways, that's what happened. And like, it got so bad that once we actually got the paper about, you know, like an hour into this crisis, and all the lines were super, like, I'm telling you, like, the line was from the register down an entire aisle. That's how long the line was. And let me tell you something, it was so bad, our store director actually ended up taking out a box and, you know, ended up going to a register and actually helping us charge because, you know, we needed it. But, you know, the thing is our store director doesn't really know all the codes and isn't really that fast at charging. So if she's watching this, I already put in my 2 weeks, so you can't fire me. Ha! Anyways, now for the last actual story, it's my first Sunday, first day that I worked, the first Sunday actually that I worked. It was hectic. I never thought that I would ever say this, but Sundays were actually pretty fucking busy, and I didn't believe it at first. I was like, damn, it can't get that busy, you know, like, it's fucking COVID, how's it gonna get busy? And then Lord and behold, I literally went probably 6 hours, because, you know, weekends we work 8 hours. I went in 6 hours into my shift of like just pure customers coming and coming and coming, like no breathing room, just customers. And, you know, it was really hectic, and I was messing up a lot because, you know, I was new, so I had to call a lot of 55s. You know, you hit the page thing and you're like 55 to register, and then, you know, you say the register you're on, and, you know, that's when the supervisor comes, like, authorizes, you know, like all that. And I was making a lot of like mistakes and everything, and, you know, someone did call me a mean name, but I didn't care. Anyways, those are all the work stories I have for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Remember, leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and hopefully you guys do like these type of videos. Peace.